Welcome to In My Haunted Era. I'm Jen.
And I'm Em.
And we're on video.
And we're going to talk about some spooky shit.
Oh, yeah, that's what we always say. I got really excited about the video.
No, this is a special episode. We're on video and we're going to talk about some spooky shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So each episode, we talk about a ghostly story, urban legend, or conspiracy theory. And this is In My Haunted Era.
This is it. This is it, baby. On camera. You can see our pretty faces now.
Hi.
Or not so pretty. It's up to your interpretation.
I don't know. Today was a long day.
Yeah, today's been a day.
It's a long day. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. We also started working out again. So we went to the gym last night, and I think my body's like, what the fuck, bitch?
Like, fuck you, man.
Yeah. So I think my muscles are tired, and it's made my brain tired.
Yeah, I totally get that. How did dodgeball go last week?
Oh my God, it was awesome. Did I talk about that in the
I don't know if you
podcast?
talked about it on the podcast, but I just remembered. I saw a picture you posted on your story, and I wanted to ask about it. Your outfit slayed.
Thank you. And they didn't do a close up, but I had sparkle like on my cheek.
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed.
I bought it for the Eras tour.
Yeah,
I bought it for the Eras tour, and then I had leftover, so I used it.
Okay, can we talk about those fuck ass freckles after you're done?
Yeah, what about?
Because I have a bone to pick. But yeah, continue.
Okay, yeah. So my organization that I work for a local government, and they had a dodgeball tournament. And I helped organize it, and I was the referee. I'm one of two referees, and I made sure to make us look real cute, and I got us sweatbands for our wrists and our head.
Hell yeah, essential.
Yeah, we looked real cute, and I was like, my whole like reasoning behind it was, if they get mad, they can't yell at somebody wearing pink sweatbands and glitter on their face. So
there's literally no way.
No, and I was like, I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl.
Just a girl
in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, but some of them got like really into it.
I bet they did. Did they wear the sweatbands? Were they like...
Some teams did. Some teams brought their own sweatbands. But it was really fun, and we all felt like really energized, and like there's just a lot of camaraderie after.
That's so good.
So, like the rest of the workday was great, and then it was all anyone could talk about the next day.
Oh
so
my
we're gonna keep doing it. I don't know if I'll keep it left because I kind of want to be an MC.
Oh, you would be an excellent MC.
Yeah, y'all.
We're not used to video, okay? Sorry about our hand movements.
I gotta just keep them down.
Oh, I don't know what to do with my hands.
I do.
So good.
Sorry.
Ice cream, right?
Yeah,
yes. Hot dogs.
Anyway, wait. What's your bone to pick with the face freckles?
Yo, fuck those face freckles. Fuck them, okay? I got them for Eras Tour too, and I was so excited. I put Caroline's on, flawless, no issues. I put my makeup on because I was like, I'm assuming this is an after your makeup thing, right? So I put my makeup on. I followed the instructions to a T. I watched numerous TikTok videos watching other people put them on. I go to put them on, and half of them don't stick to my face.
Oh no!
Like in a way that I could not. I was like, well, maybe I could put it back down and like try and get those pieces to stick, but that was not a way that could happen. It was not a thing that could happen.
Oh no!
It was awful, and so it was so bad. I had to take off my face makeup and do it again. And I was like, but I was determined. I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna try again. I must have done something wrong. Like, let me try this instead. I watched other videos. I try it again. It fucks up again, even worse this time. Like the bridge of my nose is fucked. It's all clumped. I don't know what happened. It just would not lay on my makeup. I have to take my makeup off a second time and do it again.
Oh my God. You applied your makeup 3 times?
3 motherfucking times. And my poor daughter, I'm having a minty bee. We're on the 26th floor of this high rise. I'm threatening to throw myself out the window. My daughter's looking at me in horror. Like, Mommy, please don't. We're in Canada. Please don't leave me here.
Don't leave me in Florida free by myself.
I would never do that, for the record. I'm not
for legal reasons.
For legal reasons. It was a joke. But man, part of my soul went out that window that day. Part of my soul just jumped from a very tall something. And I threw the rest of them away. I used a whole pack of them almost. And then we get there, and my friend, so I was supposed to go with 3 of my close friends, and we were coming from all different parts of the country. Well, all of them backed out. They weren't able to go for different reasons. And so one of my friends had bought the other girl's ticket. And so she was going to bring her best friend, but then her best friend didn't want to go without her mom. So she had already gone. This is before we found out that she had got tickets to go on front row for Eras Tour on a different night. So she happily gave up our Toronto tickets where we were like 18 rows back and gave them to her friend and her mom so she could go. So I meet them at the show. We're sitting right next to them, right? Yeah. I was like, what? So I meet them at the show. This bitch has them on perfectly.
Oh,
and
no.
a beautiful face and makeup. And I was just like,
Oh.
what is wrong with me? Why did it? I don't know what I did.
No, I don't think it's you. I think it might have been maybe just the kind of makeup you had.
Maybe I had a lot of powder on because I tend to powder a lot because my skin's really oily. So I preemptively put a lot of powder on just to cover my bases, especially in this area.
Your T-zone.
Right here. The T-zone.
T-zone.
Man,
I'm
fuck
so
those things.
sorry.
Fuck those glitter freckles. They were so cute, but...
Yeah. Might I say, or just an observation, we both are wearing...
I was about to say that too!
Right? I've got my folklore cardigan.
Oh my god! Do you have any of the other cardigans?
I do not.
Yeah, I bought the TTPD one.
That one was a good one.
I really like neutral colors, and I was like, I could actually wear this one. Not that I wouldn't wear the other ones, but the other ones just came at a time where I was like not wanting to drop 60, 70, however many dollars.
Dude, yeah, no, I get it. And plus, I'm not crazy about I love the color purple. I'm not crazy about the purple cardigan.
No, or the 1989 one, like not a blue girl. Blue's not my color.
Bring out your eyes.
My green eyes?
Bring them out.
You're right. I love 1989, but I'm like, when Reputation comes out, I'm saving my money for that cardigan.
Which, are we ever going to get Reputation?
I fear nowadays, I'm like, is she not going to release it now because of the fall of democracy? Is it the time? Yeah. Like, it's because I feel like it's kind of like I think we desperately need it, and that could save us. But
I have this new dream. Steven has heard my many dreams of like, oh my God, this is when she should drop it. And I'm, my new dream is that Trump gets impeached. And the day of said impeachment, she drops Reputation. I was like, this is my new dream.
All I can think about is the line from I Did Something Bad where she goes, if a man talks shit, then I owe him nothing. Boom. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That would be iconic.
No.
Especially with all of his tweets or his Truth Social posts where he's like, I hate Taylor Swift. Like,
girl, I can't. Yeah.
Someone's living rent-free in your head, boy. Somebody is living rent-free in your head.
I mean, to be fair, she's living rent-free in my head, too.
Constantly. But she's welcome. She's a welcome. She can stay as long as she wants.
Yeah, she's a good tenant.
She is a great tenant. She can do whatever she wants. She can leave trash everywhere. She can shit on the floor. I would clean it up with pleasure.
We have to shit. Did you hear? I know we're talking about another podcast on our podcast. On the Kelsey Brothers podcast, Jason asked Jason asked Travis if he had music that he listened to when he was sad. And essentially, to sum it up, Travis was like, look, I just listen to Taylor's music. She has something for everything. And I was like, what a king. What an absolute
I saw
king.
a clip of that, or I didn't watch it, but I saw like somebody posted it.
Yeah, that's how I saw it too.
And they like typed it out. And I was like, what a fucking king, for real.
Yeah.
For real. Like, and he's not wrong. She literally has something for everything in her life, life that could go wrong. People talking shit about you, you got it. Boys break your heart, friends break your heart.
Grandmothers die.
Your mom has cancer. She's got you. She's fucking got you. That's why I don't want to push I support her choices. If she wants to have children, if she doesn't, it's none of my business. It's none of my
You're
business, right? I
yeah.
don't care. I don't care whichever she does. I want her to be happy. It is her choice. But the selfish part of me would love a world where she does have kids, because I can only imagine the songs she would write about being a mother.
Oh,
You know what I mean? I just think that there was no one else could write songs I would relate to more about motherhood and like the struggles of that or in the joy of that than Taylor Swift. But like I said, I'm not pushing my agenda on her. She can do whatever the fuck she wants, and I think that's great either way. Have kids, don't have kids, totally fine.
that
But
is so
I would love that if she did.
thoughtful and like a wonderful thing to wish for somebody. Because in my head, I'm like, oh my God, she has kids. She's gonna just stop, and I don't want her to stop.
She would never. I don't believe she would ever stop. I don't think anything would hold her back, because that's a whole new experience. I think that would spur this another level of songwriting from her.
Yeah,
but I don't think she needs that. If she doesn't want that, it's totally fine. Totally fine.
And it's not something
like,
I think about because I don't have kids.
Yeah, right. And
I mean, I think about writing lullabies for my dog.
I think that's beautiful. Have you written a lot of them?
No, no.
Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to sleep.
She would hate me. She'd be like, "Shut up,
ma'am. I'm good. If you could just."
She already looks at me like this.
My son, she does look at you like that. You look just like Winter in that.
Thank you. I birthed her.
You birthed her. She looks just like you. Whenever I sing to Owen at night, he just tells me to stop singing.
Oh, kids are brutal.
Because they go straight for the heart.
Yeah.
Like with the poison tip dagger.
Oh my God. Wait. Steven told me you guys bought a house.
Yeah, we bought a house.
That's so exciting.
We went to go look at some on Thursday, a newer development with brand new houses. And we haven't found a lot of houses that are already built that kind of fit our needs in terms of amount of rooms. And we both kind of want our own office and space. And we wanted to make sure we had enough bedrooms for all the fucking children Kevin wants to have.
Oh my God. Yeah, I forgot. You want more kids.
He wants more. So I've agreed to one.
Okay.
And it
will
be...
So how many bedrooms is your... Okay, wait, keep going. Because I want to hear about this house.
Oh, yeah. So we found a house, and it's about a 30-minute drive from where we live with traffic and stuff.
Okay.
So it's kind of further out than we'd like, but my coworker actually lives in like the same builder in a similar neighborhood across the highway from where we live.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, and her daughter is the same age as mine. They'll go to the same school. So she already makes the drive out from where we're going to live and does not have any issues with it. I don't have any problem driving. Kevin's desperately worried about the traffic, but this motherfucker works at home and goes and does grocery pickup. And then we go see his family once a week. So I'm like, I think it's going to be fine. It'll be a little bit longer when we drive to go see your parents, but I don't think that's going to will not prevent us from going to see them.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he used to live in California. So
exactly. So he's like, well, when I moved back from California, I said I would never live far from family again. And I'm like, we're moving like 10 miles max further away. Like, we're within a 50-mile range.
Yeah, you don't need to be on the same zip code.
But yeah, exactly. So and I think he's just having a lot of anxiety. He doesn't want to spend money.
Oh yeah, I know Kevin very well.
Yeah.
The thought of spending money makes him sweat and break out in hives. I get it.
Yeah. Your husband clocked him today because your husband was over for lunch. Kevin was telling him like his kind of like the cons of the situation, like pros and cons. And so he was telling me about that. And Steven was like, but you just don't like change though. Like, you just don't want anything to change.
What did Kevin
he was like, damn. He was like, damn, you clocked me. Like,
yeah.
I was like, Kevin, yeah, you should listen to your friend.
Yeah. Kevin and I are very similar in that way. And Steven is good at voicing it.
Yeah. He
really
we won't
voice it.
Yeah. I'm like, this is the root of it. It's not about the traffic. It's about the change. It's about the money. It's the biggest purchase he's ever made. So he has an emergency therapy appointment tomorrow.
Oh, that's great. Good for him.
Yeah. I told him. Yeah. I was like, I think you should probably bump that appointment up a little bit. Just
Good.
bump that puppy on up.
Because why not?
But because why not? It doesn't hurt. That's what she's there for.
Yeah. That's why
Did you have therapy today?
No, I have it every other Wednesday.
Every other Wednesday. I need to switch to every other because I have mine every Wednesday, and I feel like I feel good. Like today we just talked about the house and politics. So I'm like, okay, I don't think that I personally have a lot to say at this juncture. My medications are medicationing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've been doing every other week and it's been good. And of course, if there's like an emergency, then I make an appointment. But yeah, and then we even did like, because Wednesdays, all the holidays last year fell on Wednesdays. So I even skipped a couple and like it got kind of bad. It seems like, thank God you have therapy coming up. I'm like, shut the fuck up. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
We love therapy.
I love therapy. Therapy's great. Therapy Wednesday. Every other therapy Wednesday. Well,
but this Wednesday, we're talking about scary stuff. I must be, you know what it is? I think I'm drawn to like scary movies. So if there's a scary movie about it, I've heard about it. But I did my tale today, if you will, on the Whaley House in San Diego. Are you familiar?
Oh my God. Yes. So when we went to San Diego, when me and Kevin got engaged, it was in San Diego.
Yeah.
And we went for the Rocket League stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I knew about San Diego, besides the San Diego, is German for a whale's vagina, of course.
It is?
No, it's from Anchorman.
Oh my God. I've seen Anchorman in like 1 year.
There's a San Diego, German for a whale's vagina. This is a side thing, but that's the only thing we said the whole time we were there. Number one. Number two, I wanted to see the Whaley House. That is the number one thing I wanted to see. Nobody would go with me. I asked no less than 20 people if one person would come with me. I was going to do an investigation that like started at 10:30 p.m.
Yeah, they have those.
And go.
Why wouldn't anyone want to go?
One girl wanted to go, but then she had to go to the hospital. So she had some issues while we were there.
That's an okay excuse.
Yeah, I allowed it for sure. But yeah, I was so mad. I was like, we're all the way in fucking San Diego. And I should have just gone by myself. Next time, I'm just going to go by myself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to miss out another opportunity. But yeah, nobody wanted to go.
I was like, am I a bad spooky fan? Because it's like America's Most Haunted House. And I was like, I would have said that was the Amityville. I can't say that word.
Oh, yeah, the Amityville.
Yeah.
Okay. But to be fair, a lot of houses claim that they're America's Most Haunted House.
Good point.
Like,
good point.
Which one is the... I don't know who holds the actual crown.
Yeah, I don't know either. Maybe this is the most haunted... well, it says America's Most Haunted House. But I was like, maybe it's the California Most Haunted House.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like lots of houses make that claim. So
they do.
You're not a bad spooky person.
Houses in New Orleans. You got houses up in Connecticut. Like, y'all, there be some spooky houses.
There be spookin'.
Yeah, but today I'm talking about the Whaley House.
I can't wait.
And all of its lore.
It has so much lore.
Without further ado, are we ready to get spooky?
Let's get spooky.
Okay. So like
we should have music there.
Oh, okay. Take two. You ready to get spooky?
Let's get spooky. Ooh.
Pause for music. Okay, so yes, like we said, it's in the heart of Old Town San Diego. It's called the Whaley House. It's a stately 2-story Greek revival mansion built in 1857 by Thomas Whaley. So it was praised in its day as, and this is a quote, and I double-checked it because I was like, that's not a word, the handsomest, most comfortable and convenient place in town or within 150 miles.
Oh, within 150 miles?
Yeah. For whatever reason, the word handsomest.
That's not a word?
I don't think so.
That's
most
good
handsome.
To know.
Don't they say most handsome?
I think that that is what you should say, but I believe that I've used handsomest.
Yeah, the handsomest.
Well, now I know. Now I know better.
Well, someone fact check me. But anyway,
I won't fact check you.
The house was more than just a family residence. It doubled as a general store, San Diego's second county courthouse, and even the city's first commercial theater.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's just really a jack of all trades.
Yep. But beneath all of it, its elegant facade, lies a dark tapestry of tragedy and paranormal lore that has earned it the title of America's Most Haunted House. And as we know, it's
Oh,
just one of America's most haunted
one of
houses.
the many, until proven otherwise.
Maybe I don't want to say my house is haunted because I'm in it right now. It's just
Do you think your house is haunted?
No,
Oh,
I really
I was gonna
don't.
say, I didn't feel any vibes, but we've talked before about how I don't feel the vibes, so
Nah, it's not. We would have felt the vibes and Stephen would have promptly packed his bags.
I believe that.
Um, okay, but let's see. So Thomas Whaley, an early settler from New York, arrived in California during the gold rush after enduring setbacks in San Francisco, including a devastating arson fire.
Oh,
So that poor man just went through a lot.
that sucks.
And he heeded advice to move to San Diego in 1851. So by 1857, Whaley had constructed his dream home using bricks he made from his very own kiln. Kiln.
Oh,
No, another word.
wow. That's
I
like
know.
really from scratch. That's like from scratch as fuck.
Well, also, like, people were just built different back then.
Really?
You know, like, they're like, I had this kiln, and I have time to kiln, so let's go. There's a play on words.
I
Time
love
to...
that. That was so good.
Thank you.
I'm gonna tell Kevin if he wants to do any construction in our house, he has to kiln the bricks.
Yeah.
Is that a verb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
The handsomest kiln.
The handsomest kiln. The house is Greek Revival style with its red brick walls, high ceilings, mahogany furnishings, and
Of course.
damask drapes was unprecedented in Southern California. You didn't see many
Oh.
houses like it.
Yeah,
And,
not with mahogany.
No. Oh,
Except in Anchorman.
mahogany. I was thinking of Hunger Games.
Oh,
No,
what is the Anchorman quote? He goes,
again, it's been 20 years since I've seen this movie.
I used to know that movie front and back. I used to be able to quote that movie from the jump. But he says some shit about mahogany. Anyways, carry on.
I have to rewatch it. Oh, I doubt it's held up. To be real. I doubt
I think it's held up. I believe that it's held up. Would it be PC now?
No.
Absolutely not.
So isn't there a lot of like sexism?
Yeah, they like sexually harass the female anchor the entire movie. Yeah, until her period can attract bears.
Speaking of,
yeah,
I started today, so that could also be why I'm tired.
Yeah, that could do it. I just ended mine like 2 days ago, and I feel
lucky,
alive.
Lucky. Sorry. Okay, back to it. Back to the spooky stuff.
Back to the spooky stuff.
Over the years, so we already discussed, he built this from the ground up with his own kiln, and it was like an unprecedented style for the area. And then over the years, the Whaley House became much more, like I said, much more than a family residence. Its spacious rooms served as a bustling general store, the stage for San Diego's first commercial theater, and even a county courthouse. In one remarkable twist, this same building that once echoed with lively debates and courtroom deliberations also became a cherished community hub, a place where citizens gathered and life unfolded in myriad forms. And yet, as the house grew in its public role, its private corridors began to murmur with secrets of sorrow and misfortune.
Ooh, I love secrets.
So many sad things happened.
Oh, that's awful.
Before Thomas Whaley purchased the lot, local lore tells of a darker history. The property was reportedly the execution site for a notorious horse thief. Horse thief.
That gets you executed?
His name was, get this, Yankee Jim Robinson.
That is the most American name I think I've ever heard.
Yankee Jim Robinson was a horse thief. Crazy.
Like, how many horses do you have to sell to be executed for stealing horses? I want to know. Yeah,
probably just
I
want
to know.
Well, okay.
That seems extreme, but that's fine.
In the early 1850s, before the Grand Whaley House rose on its historic site, there was another man whose fate would forever stay in the land, Yankee Jim Robinson, who was a notorious horse thief and troublemaker whose exploits made him a pariah in the oh my God, it's too many big words. Fledgling community of San Diego. Known to some as a heavy drinking, reckless desperado, Jim's misdeeds
Allegedly.
ranged from stealing prized horses to causing mayhem wherever he roamed. So they weren't just regular horses. They were prized ponies, okay?
Oh my gosh.
Which
I guess.
that time is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
Mid 1800s. We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
So local lore tells us that in 1852, Yankee Jim, along with a
Yankee
couple of
Jim.
accomplices, attempted a daring theft. In one version of the tale, he tried to borrow a boat, a schooner known as the Plutus. Plutus.
Plutus?
Whether driven by greed or the thrill of the outlaw's life, their crime did not go unnoticed. Captured and put on trial, Jim's fate was sealed under the harsh judgments of a frontier justice system. You know what that means?
Ain't nothing like frontier justice.
It's weird to go back.
Shit.
No, I'm just kidding. Oh my God, don't go
Get
back
executed
to
for
I would.
stealing ponies.
I would look at somebody the wrong way and they'd be like, hanger.
Hanger.
Um,
Which?
For real. Some stories even recount that during his trial, he suffered a head injury, perhaps from a rusty sword, adding insult to his eventual punishment. People were just beating him up.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's not like, it's still not great in our prison system. It wasn't great back then either.
Yeah, I don't think much has changed, sounds like.
Nope. I mean, we don't have rusty swords, but
True.
maybe I should get one.
That's true. I want a
When
rusty
the
sword.
sentence was passed, there was no room for mercy. Jim Robinson was condemned to death by hanging. But there's a grim twist to the tale. Jim was said to be unusually tall. So tall, in fact, that when he was hung, his feet barely grazed the ground. This meant that his death was not swift, but painfully prolonged as he swung back and forth. Legend has it that his body writhed in agony. A horrifying spectacle.
Awful.
Yeah. A horrifying spectacle that left a mark on everyone who heard the story.
Yeah, that would have fucked everybody up.
I know. If I was a witch and that happened to me, I'd be just cursing the whole time.
Everyone
Like
would be
literal
cursed.
curses.
I would curse your bloodline eternally.
Oh, for real. And the soil. We'll get to
In
that.
the soil. Oh.
The slow, torturous end of Yankee Jim Robinson would soon transcend the bounds of mere rumor to become a harbinger of a curse on the very land where he was executed.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying.
I love curses.
He cursed that fucking land. Legend has it that his gallows and perhaps his vengeful spirit haunted the grounds long before the Whaleys arrived. So it was just fucked to begin with.
Yeah.
According to local superstition, the tree under which Yankee Jim was hanged stood as a silent sentinel over the land, a grim reminder of the inescapable fate that awaited him. When Thomas Whaley later purchased this plot to build his grand mansion, many believed that the cursed energy of that fateful execution had not been laid to rest. So people were like, ooh, that's where you bought your land?
Are you sure you want
That's
that?
where you want to live?
Can you get your money back or?
That's where you're building that house?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Was the tree still there?
Yeah, dude, everyone was like, that place is haunted. Don't do it.
Bro. Is the tree still there today?
I don't think so now.
Is that a dumb question? I
No,
assume
it's
they
not.
cut it down, but
I would assume
some
so
trees
too.
have been.
Probably was like, this is where I want to put my house.
Yeah.
Cut it
Somebody
down.
died here and cursed the land. Sold.
Perfect. Love it. As soon as the Whaley family moved into their splendid new home, tragedy struck. Of course it did. Baby
course.
Thomas, the first of their children, succumbed to
no.
scarlet fever at just 18 months old.
Oh no, poor baby.
Those who later toured the house would whisper about the soft, sorrowful sounds, tiny footsteps, the echo of gentle crying, and even the occasional, almost mischievous giggle.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
They seemed to float through the halls. It was as if the spirit of little baby Thomas, taken too soon, rest in peace,
Baby Thomas.
still roamed the rooms, forever yearning for a life unlived.
Oh,
so they think-
poor baby.
And then it just kept coming. It just
Oh,
kept
no.
coming. Then came the heartbreaking tale of Violet Whaley. In 1882, Violet, known for her beauty and vibrant spirit, married George T. Here we go. This last name, I think it's Italian. Bertolacci.
I
It's
like
Lacci.
that.
Bertolacci. A
Bertolacci.
man who, beneath a charming facade, turned out to be a con artist. Because of course he did.
Of course he did.
We talked about the
Fucking
patriarchy
men.
last week. Fuck the
Men being
patriarchy.
men. Fuck the patriarchy.
Barely 2 weeks into their marriage, Violet and George's marriage, Violet awoke to discover that George had abandoned her, leaving her exposed to public scorn. Because that was a big deal
Yeah.
to be left by your
Yeah.
husband. And after only anyway.
That sucks.
Yeah. So overwhelmed by shame and despair, the young woman, at the tender age of 22, no less,
Oh, no.
trigger warning, ended her life with a single gunshot.
Oh, my God. That's awful.
Dude, her tragic
Girl,
death
you
left
didn't need him.
No, she didn't. But at 22 years old, you've only been married 2 weeks. The whole, the city where you live thinks you're the problem.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
Because, of course, she'd be the problem.
Yeah. So, of course, her tragic death left this mark on the family. And modern-day visitors claim that her sorrowful spirit lingers on the mansion's second floor, where a sudden drop in temperature and an aura of melancholy have been noted. We'll get into, like, the kind of recent haunting, or, like, recent things going on. It didn't end for the Whaley legacy, so additional family heartbreak further, went on. It is said that another daughter, Corinne Lillian, was engaged at the time of Violet's death.
Mm-hmm.
But the scandal was so overwhelming that her fiancé broke off the engagement, deepening the family's sense of isolation and despair.
Yeah.
God, they can't win.
They really cannot.
No. Meanwhile, Thomas Whaley himself faced numerous setbacks, fires that razed parts of his property, and persistent financial and emotional challenges that seemed to be oh my God, Emily, breathe. I also need some water.
Drink some water.
Anyway, it's just the because of the curse is what I'm trying to say.
The curse.
And all just started happening, and people said it was because of the curse. While Whaley himself was not immune to the house's ominous influence. So it's a little bit, the haunting started to fuck with him. Business setbacks, like I said, fire that kind of went over some of his property, and the persistent echo of a curse all conspired to cast a pall over his once promising dream. So he just was like, this is no longer fun.
Yeah.
It was as though the stones of the mansion absorbed the grief and despair of its inhabitants, setting the stage for eerie encounters that defied explanation. From the moment they moved in, Thomas reportedly heard heavy, disembodied footsteps on the second floor. Oh. So before all his family heartbreak, he built his house, moved in, and said, oh, something's not right. Which you would think you'd get your family out, but no. When they moved in, he heard disembodied footsteps on the second floor, an unsettling sound that many attribute to the vengeful spirit of Yankee Jim Robinson.
Yankee Jim Robinson.
Some nights
this
when
is the house he built, right? The stones he killed.
Yeah.
If we're saying that's a verb.
He killed it.
So it's a brand new house.
Yeah.
And shit. Wow. Okay.
And it's all because of Yankee Jim.
Yankee Jim, man.
Some nights when the mansion lies in shadow and silence, guests have claimed to witness a tall, spectral figure drifting at the edge of their vision, a man in a top hat whose heavy footsteps echo down the ancient hallways. So not only did Thomas reportedly hear these heavy footsteps when he built his house, but people who go now have talked about the same footsteps and seen a tall-ass man.
Oh, yeah, because Yankee Jim was tall. Oh.
But Yankee Jim is not the only ghost called the Whaley House home. Many paranormal investigators and visitors report that the house is alive with unexplained phenomena. Chandeliers swaying gently without a breeze, lights flickering in the absence of power, and a mysterious, almost imperceptible mist that seems to drift through the corridors.
A mist?
You can't miss mist. You know what I mean?
No.
You can't make mist up.
No. I've never seen a mist in my house unless I had a fucking humidifier or a diffuser.
Yeah.
That's insane.
For real. The air is often filled with a faint, lingering scent of French perfume, a tribute perhaps to Anna Whaley. Yeah. We haven't talked about Anna, whose warm and gentle spirit is said to roam the main floor. Those who encounter her ghost describe a sense of calm and kindness. A stark contrast to the more sinister apparitions that have been witnessed elsewhere.
Yeah.
Then we have a tale of a phantom doll.
Oh,
a relic of a bygone era that some claim holds the soul of a little girl. Didn't we always say there's a little girl?
There's always a little girl and a woman in white.
Yep. Anna's probably in white.
Anna's probably in white.
Poor Anna. But anyway, this little girl, her name is Annabelle Washburn. According to one legend,
Annabelle
Washburn. According to legend, while playing in the backyard, young Annabelle met a tragic end after a fateful encounter with a low-hanging clothesline.
That's devastating.
Imagine.
That is devastating.
Although there is little historical evidence to support the story, her ghost is said to be seen at times, silently watching from the dining room or frolicking in the shadows. So,
oh my gosh.
There's not much to back up that story, but multiple people have reported seeing her. And there is, local lore of a little girl in a clothesline.
But it's associated with a doll?
Yeah. It holds her soul.
Is the doll's in the house?
Mm-hmm.
What does it look like?
Annabelle Washburn. I don't know.
No, it's okay. I didn't know if you... That's so crazy.
They didn't have a picture. We'll have to find one.
I'll have to introduce my dolls after this.
Oh, yeah, you will. Everyone will love it.
Yeah, you will.
So, yeah, today, and you should have gone. Today, the Whaley House is a museum.
Dude, I know.
It's like a really well-preserved piece of San Diego history. It doubles as a beacon for paranormal enthusiasts. Modern ghost hunters and curious visitors have reported a variety of eerie phenomena that keeps legends alive. Funnily enough, so I used to work in the YouTube space with my husband. And there was a YouTuber that... Okay, this is gonna sound crazy. The YouTuber that we worked for had competitors. Other YouTubers that were making similar content, that were getting more views, and that we were always being compared to.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't sound crazy now that I say it out loud. But actually,
sounds normal.
One of the specific YouTubers that were deemed our competition actually visited the Whaley House and did an overnight stay. So that's kind of funny.
What did they think?
I mean, it was for
what was
YouTube.
their experience?
It was
it was probably hyped up some.
Yeah. Yeah. It probably was better than the way they made it seem, but it's fine. We talked about the disembodied footsteps. Many guests claim that they wander the dim, creaking corridors at night, and they can hear heavy, unexplained footsteps on the second floor. Some believe these sounds are the lingering echoes of Yankee Jim Robinson's final tortured moments. Yeah. Isn't that sad?
That's horrifying.
There's apparitions. There have been numerous sightings of full-bodied apparitions. Some visitors report glimpsing a tall figure in a top hat, an image reminiscent of Thomas Whaley, standing silently at the top of the stairs. Others have encountered a gentle glowing presence believed to be Anna. That's the French perfume.
Yeah.
And then, we talked about there's cold spots. Drops in temperature and sudden flickers of light are common occurrences throughout the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then the phantom of baby Thomas. They can hear soft crying and giggles and the sound of tiny footsteps. I'm like,
that's so sad.
I know. And then, but paranormal investigators have captured footage of chandeliers swaying gently in empty rooms. And some guests claim to have seen mist drifting through hallways where no breeze exists. So it's been reported on multiple occasions. And it just reinforces the legacy of the Whaley House, a place where every shadow and every whispered sound is a reminder of a family's hope, heartbreak, and the supernatural forces that continue to haunt its halls.
Oh my gosh. That is so sad.
It's sad because, and y'all are moving into a new house, but
yeah, this
Thomas
is
Whaley,
totally appropriate for...
Sorry, I didn't know. But Thomas Whaley had so much ambition, and he made this house with his bare hands, and it was something so elegant and different for the time and the area, and it just had all of this tragedy. And my thought process is, yes, this is very specific for this house, and now it's a museum, but I'm also it was the 1800s, and I feel like every home was full of tragedy, because, I mean, it's not like they had vaccinations. It's not
the
like
old-timiness of it, yeah.
So I don't know.
The frequency of death was just so much higher than it is. We pretty much got a lock on preventable diseases. I say that with a grain of salt.
How we have a measles outbreak.
There's a measles outbreak right now. But for the most part, we have shit on lock, preventable disease-wise. Hopefully that will continue going forward.
So?
But Yeah, like that. I feel like at that time, like whatever we perceive as trauma in our lives is nowhere near the trauma experienced by people from 100 or 200 years ago. We have nothing on the shit that they went through
Yeah.
because
And
death was so prevalent. It was so prevalent
yeah,
in every family, I can imagine.
yeah, I do think like the public execution that went badly, that I do think caused a spirit in the area or caused
Yeah.
just like, a feeling.
Yeah. Because I feel
So
like the trauma of that pain, that sorrow, it doesn't just go away. That amount of energy, I really believe that sticks to a place.
yeah, 100%. The parts that make me mad, at least in this instance of the Whaley House, are like the men that just up and left
Yeah.
the women there. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't talk that up to like, you talk that up to shitty people.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
for
could say the
real.
energy made them do it, but I'm like, maybe they're just really
Yeah.
shitty
Like
people.
they're just fucking assholes. And then the fact that society was the way it was at the time where your whole family was shamed because
You're a
somebody
woman who
left
was
because of
left,
that. Yeah. Because your sister's husband was a fucking asshole and left and then she killed herself. That that's just society being societying. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That in the worst way.
Yeah. I mean, it is
That's
really
sad.
sad. Don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
And I just am like, this poor fucking family.
It
But
sucks.
it all happened really fast. I mean, like
Yeah.
the daughter was 22, so
Yeah.
all this happened within like 20 years. That's
Yeah.
not that long.
That's not that long. But I mean, I don't know. As someone who is 20 years old, that does feel like a long time.
We're just babies.
So we're just babies. I shouldn't be drinking this wine because I'm not old
Oh, I
enough.
wish I had some wine. I just need a drink. The weather's really good. I want to sit on a patio
I
with
know
a
this is patio
cocktail
weather.
and chips
I
and
wore
salsa.
shorts today. It is December.
It's
It's
definitely not
February.
December.
December was a better time. It is February 20 something, 26 perhaps,
26, yeah.
and it was 77 degrees here in North Texas.
Last week, it was 26 degrees.
Last week it was 26.
And
I wore a
that's
hat.
the high. The
Yeah, that
high
was the
was
high.
26.
We had a negative wind chill.
Yeah, it was like
That was
negative.
because
Was it
last time we
-6?
recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time we recorded, I literally said that my friend in Ohio said it was warmer there than it was here.
Mhm.
And look at us now. I wore shorts today.
It was almost 80 degrees.
It's
Texas,
offensively
y'all.
warm.
If you're thinking of moving to Texas, just that's what you'll have to deal with.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 don't recommend for various reasons other than, but if you like to be cooked year round, give your dreams.
Metaphorically and literally.
Yeah. If you like your rights cooked, you like your skin cooked because it's hot as fuck.
Yeah.
This is the place for you.
Ay, ay, ay.
That's my endorsement for the state of Texas. And that's as far as it goes.
I like our food.
As far as it goes. I like our food. I'm trying to think of what else I like. The list used to be so much longer.
Yeah.
When I was a Republican.
I like the Bluebonnet. Were you?
The Bluebonnets
Were
are
you
great.
registered as a Republican? When
I
you were
was
first
never
voting?
registered as anything, but I was raised very conservative and
Are
Republican.
your parents still?
I was going to show you my haunted dolls. Oh, this is my haunted mirror.
Oh, you told me about it.
This is it.
Cute. Hi.
Hey, spirit.
If
I
there's
don't think it's really
anything-
haunted.
No.
I think the spirit was not attached to the mirror, but attached to their house.
Oh.
So I should reach back out to that lady that sold it to me and see if things stopped or not, because nothing has happened here since I got the mirror. Nothing new has ever happened. I tried to speak to the mirror with dowsing rods one time, but I don't really think it was that fruitful, to be honest. I don't really remember much of it, so I don't think I got a lot. This is my most recent doll. I did forget her name, but she is a trickster spirit.
Oh, hello.
I'm out of focus. This is her.
Hi.
I forgot her name, but she's very nice. She did not want the kids to hold her, and that's appropriate. I wouldn't want them to hold me either if I was a doll. But I got her like in October, but she hasn't given me too much trouble. And then this one is Margaret. She came from the UK.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. She said she picked this vessel because she wanted somebody who was interested in this vessel. She wanted the type of person who would be interested in this doll. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm
I
explaining
get
well.
it. Wait, how did you get their lore?
On Etsy. So the Etsy seller had used dowsing rods and Ouija boards and stuff to talk to them and kind of get their deets. But apparently she lived in the UK and somewhere in England, and her parents owned a shop and they lived above the shop. I think it was something with have to do with clothing, and she died when she was young. And then I have one more, and her name is Jennifer. This was the first one I got. This is Jennifer.
I think
I don't remember her lore.
Okay. Hi. My sister's name is Jennifer.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's a great name. 10 out of
It
10
is.
recommend.
It is.
Oh no, Jennifer
So many
fell.
Jennifers are in the room with us right now.
Oh shit, Jennifer, stand up. I don't want them to fall because I feel like that's disrespectful.
Also, who
But
knows
those are
what
my haunted dolls.
will go into if they break.
Yeah. Oh
Can't
yeah.
lie.
That would be terrible if they broke. We would have to sage the place, I think.
Yeah. Well, good thing you're moving.
Respectfully. Good thing we're moving. They're coming with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I secretly hope that not that I hope my house is haunted, but I don't know what happened on that land. I need to
know.
start looking into the land.
Maybe there was a public execution.
Maybe there was. You never know.
That'd be wild.
So I'll look into the lore of the GPS coordinates and see what I can find. But I'm also doing a very well-known haunted location, and it's the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs. Did you know about that?
No.
Okay, it's
No.
very haunted. It's very well known for
Okay.
being haunted. And you said something about stones and the earth holding
Yeah.
haunted. And I have a really interesting thing to add to that. A research article.
Interesting.
That
So is it kind
has
of like
something to do
how
with
we
that.
said water has memory, stones have memory? Okay.
Something like that. So we will get to that.
Okay.
But yeah. So today I'll be talking about the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs. Eureka Springs was founded in 1879 in the Ozark Mountains. It quickly grew into a thriving community known for its healing natural springs. By 1880, it had 15,000 residents and 2,000 homes. Governor Powell Clayton and the Eureka Springs Improvement Company played a pivotal role in the town's development, bringing the Frisco Railroad to enhance accessibility. Recognizing the need for luxury accommodations, the company built the Grand Crescent Hotel atop Crescent Mountain because it's Arkansas.
Hey, they are. It's
you know,
very beautiful. There's a
it
lot
is
of
beautiful,
mountains.
beautiful. I guess I always attribute mountain to like the Rocky Mountains, like
Oh, I get that.
real mountains. And not that these aren't real, but you know,
Sorry for any
elevation's a little
listeners.
different. Yeah, I'm not trying to offend you. No offense,
Arkansonians?
Arkansonians. Yeah, I don't know the plural of that. So they built the hotel atop Crescent Mountain. Construction began in 1884, and by 1886, the opulent hotel stood as a testament to the town's reputation as a premier healing retreat. After its grand opening in 1886, the Crescent Hotel became a luxury destination for the elite, known for its lavish accommodations, stunning views, and exceptional service. Operated by the Eureka Springs Improvement Company for 15 years, it gained a reputation for its opulent ballrooms, fine dining, and exclusivity. In 1902, the Crescent Hotel was leased to the Frisco Railroad for 5 years. To address slow winter business, Crescent College for Women opened, operating until 1934. Yeah, and the college provided quality education, empowering young women and attracting students nationwide.
Okay.
It would have, I know, right? It's like your place. It was a courtroom,
Yeah.
and it was
And a theater.
general store, and a theater, and it was a house. Yeah, this was a hotel and a college for a little bit.
That's very cool.
Oh, and it turns into something else way darker. So just wait.
Oh, no.
So though it eventually closed, its legacy remained a significant part of the hotel's history. One of the most chilling and infamous chapters in the Crescent Hotel's history took place under the ownership of Norman G. Baker, a fraudulent medical practitioner whose so-called miracle Cancer Hospital led to countless deaths and lingering hauntings.
Oh my God. I also just finished Apple Cider Vinegar on Netflix, which is about fraudulent cancer and all this. Sorry,
oh, really?
So I'm like, yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, highly recommend. 10 out of 10.
Shit.
Anyway.
I don't have Netflix anymore, so I don't see all the new cool things the kids are watching. But
yeah, so I'm
interesting.
I'm interested in this fraudulent doctor. This
Well,
fucker.
buckle up, baby. Buckle up. So Norman G. Baker was born in Muscatine, Iowa, for fuck's sake, in 1882. Before becoming a notorious con man, he was involved in various odd professions, including a vaudeville performer. He worked as a mentalist and showman, gaining a deep understanding of how to manipulate people.
So he was just an actor.
He was an actor. Oh, and he was also a radio broadcaster.
Oh my God.
He owned a radio station where he spread anti-medical establishment propaganda, claiming that doctors in the pharmaceutical industry were conspiring to suppress alternative cures. And he was also an inventor. He had developed a calliophone, a type of mechanical musical instrument. I don't know if that's relevant anymore. I've never heard of that in my life.
Me either.
Hopefully it's not, because he's a garbage human. So
he's
despite
just a performer. It's all he was.
He's literally a performer. That's it. And despite having no medical training whatsoever, Baker reinvented himself as a doctor and began promoting his miracle cure for cancer, which was a worthless mixture of clover, watermelon seed, corn silk, and carbolic acid. This is the cure, guys.
Oh no.
This is it.
Guys, go to the doctor. Go to an actual doctor, please.
Go to a doctor, please. Baker aggressively attacked legitimate doctors, calling them witchers, and claiming that only he had the real cure. By 1930, he had already been shut down in Iowa for practicing medicine without a license. After being run out of Iowa, Baker sought a new location to continue his fraudulent operations. In 1937, he purchased the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and transformed it into the Baker Cancer Hospital. His marketing promised desperate patients a 100% cure rate, drawing people from all over the country. He disguised the hospital as a luxurious retreat, boasting of the healing power of the Ozark mountain air.
Okay, honestly, this man was before his time, because this
really
shit still exists.
This shit would go so far today. You know, those crunchy granola moms would be all fucking over this shit. All over it. Patients were housed in lavish rooms, but behind closed doors, a nightmare awaited them. Baker used bold advertising campaigns to lure in cancer patients. He claimed there was no surgery or radiation needed. He could cure all forms of cancer, and his treatments were completely painless. The reality, however, was far darker. Many patients underwent horrific, worthless, and painful treatments in addition to deception and psychological abuse.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Patients were not actually given medical care. Instead, they were injected with Baker's miracle cure, which was little more than a caustic mix of carbolic acid and herbal extracts. The injections caused extreme pain, tissue damage, and infections. Like, you can't just inject anything in people's bodies.
No.
You can't even inject water in your veins.
No.
Like, that does not work.
And did you hear, recently there was like a teenager who crushed up a butterfly and injected the crushed butterfly into himself, and he died.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I'm like,
you would die.
You can't just be putting stuff.
You can't put shit in your body like that.
And I think their thought process is like, well, it's natural. And I'm like, not for your body.
I want to know, like, what the end route was there.
Apparently it was some TikTok thing. I don't know. I saw it on the news, and I was like, kids today.
My daughter's never getting on TikTok. My children are never. Meanwhile, I will consume it for hours a day, but
I can do this.
I know better.
My frontal lobe is developed.
But yeah, so many of these patients died in agony, either from their untreated cancer or from the effects of Baker's bogus treatments. Patients who were clearly dying were lied to and told they were improving. Family members were not allowed to see medical records and were told that their loved ones were recovering, even as they wasted away. And those who questioned the hospital's methods were threatened or removed. Baker's Hospital also had no licensed doctors on staff, and only a few employees were there who acted as nurses despite having no medical treatment or training. Former staff members later testified that Baker often laughed at the suffering of his patients. He was described as a cold, arrogant man who only cared about making money.
What a psycho.
Dude.
Fucking psycho.
Dude. complete sociopath. One of the biggest mysteries surrounding the Crescent Hotel is what Baker did with the bodies of those who died in his care. Some of the theories are that he was hiding bodies in the basement. Baker had a morgue installed in the basement where bodies were stored in a walk-in cooler. And some believe that bodies were secretly buried on the hotel grounds, possibly in unmarked graves. There are also rumors that Baker experimented on corpses, cutting them open to test his so-called cures.
No.
Yeah. And now we're going to time travel to the future for a second here. In 2019, while working to extend a parking pad at the north end of the hotel's 15 acres of property, a chance discovery was made by the landscaper. Team members from the Arkansas Archaeological Survey arrived in May of 2019 to conduct a certified archaeological dig that unearthed hundreds of old medicine bottles containing Baker's secret formulas, as well as jars containing medical specimens that had been surgically removed from patients, and they were found buried underground.
Ew.
Yeah. Investigators believe this may be evidence of medical experiments conducted by Baker. And they found his cure. I hate him. He's terrible. Okay, back to the Baker era. After 3 years of running the fraudulent hospital, Baker's crimes finally caught up with him. I'm glad it was only 3 years, but that's still 3 years. Way too fucking long.
Yeah.
In 1939, federal authorities began investigating Baker for fraud. The American Medical Association labeled him a complete fraud and menace to society. Yeah. And in 1940, Baker was arrested and convicted of mail fraud by sending false medical claims through the mail. That was what he was doing.
I was hearing mail, M-A-L-E, and I was like, that's fine.
No. You can the Postal Service.
You can fool the men.
Yeah. Fuck men. Fuck the patriarchy.
Oh.
He was sentenced to 4 years in Leavenworth Federal Prison. Despite the horrific damage he caused, Baker was never charged with murder, as there was no formal record of how many people had died under his care.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. And this is the best part. After his release, Baker lived in Florida, where he died in 1958 from cancer, the very disease he claimed to cure. Go fuck yourself, Baker.
1958, though. That's not, like,
I know.
How long ago?
I know.
But he lived to be pretty old, right?
Yeah, because this was what... I guess he got arrested in 1940, so I don't know how old he was, but I bet he was like in his 40s or 50s, I would think.
Yeah,
but I could be wrong. Because when... he was born in 1882. Oh, yeah, he got up there.
Old.
He got pretty old. Well, I'm glad he died of cancer. He can go fuck himself.
Yeah. Wait, you said so he died in 1958?
Mm-hmm.
And he was born in 1882. He's 76 years old. Fuck.
He lived way too fucking long. And he only was in prison for 4 years for all the shit that he did. That sucks they didn't have any more evidence on him. That motherfucker was lucky that in 2019 he was dead. He was fucking lucky.
I hate him.
I know. So, after the arrest and downfall of Norman Baker in 1940, the Crescent Hotel stood as a shadow of its former grandeur and was abandoned for several years. Local legends say that during this time, ghostly activity increased, with people hearing unexplained footsteps and voices in the empty hotel. The years that followed saw a period of neglect, multiple changes in ownership, and efforts to restore it to its former glory. Despite various transformations, the spirits of its tragic past seem to linger, cementing its reputation as one of the most haunted hotels in America. In 1946, a group of investors purchased the Crescent Hotel with the goal of restoring it to its former grandeur. The building was renovated and reopened as a functioning hotel. During this period, the ballroom and dining areas were restored. Guest rooms were renovated, but some still retained old hospital features. However, the old morgue remained untouched, which may have contributed to the increase in ghostly encounters. Yeah. Despite the renovations, the Crescent Hotel never fully regained its prestige as a luxury destination. Many guests complained of eerie experiences, leading to rumors that the hotel was haunted, and business was inconsistent, with ownership changing hands multiple times.
So I looked it up, so I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you bitches still, like... It looks nice, but you said it had like multiple owners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do you think? Just knock it down, make it.
Just knock it down and start over, or just don't build anything there. Yeah. Oh, it's still there. It is
Oh
still
my
there,
God.
haunting away. By the mid-1960s, the hotel was once again falling into disrepair, setting the stage for one of its most tragic events. In 1967, a major fire broke out, causing significant damage to the upper floors. The cause of the fire was never fully determined, but some locals believed it was linked to the hotel's paranormal energy. The fire
I
destroyed
believe
parts.
it.
I believe it wholeheartedly. It destroyed parts of the fourth floor, which had been one of the most haunted areas. So that's kind of an interesting coincidence there. Following the fire, the Crescent Hotel became a low-budget boarding house for several years. During this time, guests and residents reported seeing shadow figures wandering the halls, hearing disembodied voices and phantom footsteps, and witnessing full-bodied apparitions in Victorian clothing.
Old-timey.
Old-timey shit, man. By the mid-1990s, the Crescent Hotel had lost much of its former charm and was on the brink of permanent closure. But in 1997, Mary and Elise Rennick, a wealthy couple with a passion for historic preservation, purchased the Crescent Hotel. Their mission was to restore the hotel to its original 1886 grandeur while embracing its haunted reputation. The Rennicks invested millions into structural repairs to reinforce the limestone walls, rebuilding the fourth floor, which had been damaged in the 1967 fire, restoring original Victorian furnishings, and reopening the hotel's bar, dining areas, and luxury spa. Rather than shy away from the hotel's ghostly history, though, the new owners fully embraced it, leading to the creation of the Crescent Hotel Ghost Tours, which became one of the most popular attractions in Eureka Springs. Frequent visits from paranormal investigators, ghost hunters, and television crews, and appearances on TV shows like Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures, and the Travel Channel. The hotel flourished under this new identity as America's most haunted hotel. And today, the Crescent Hotel continues to thrive as a historic landmark, a luxury getaway with a spa and fine dining, and a paranormal hotspot that attracts ghost hunters from around the world. So I'm going to go to the spa today, and then tonight we're going to investigate.
That's so funny.
I know. Each year, I think it just happened in January, and I'm so bummed it happened after I learned about this, but they have a paranormal weekend where they invite investigators, anyone interested in paranormal, to come and do investigations and do tours and stuff like that. When I say we're going next year, we're going next year. It's just a few hour drive.
Yeah, Arkansas is really close.
And it's beautiful.
And it's very pretty.
We go to the spa and then go see a ghost.
We'll go to the spa, we'll have a nice dinner, have some drinks, and then we'll go talk to the ghost.
We'll go walk around with a spirit box and some dowsing rods and see what the fuck is up in this bitch.
And I'll be fully relaxed because I will have had a facial.
Exactly.
Massage.
And then the next day we can maybe do something else, like another spa treatment if it's a little too stressful. It's just like the options are endless. Or we can go commune with nature.
It's just so
you can't
wild.
lose.
I mean,
yeah.
I get it. I get it, and then I don't. I don't know.
Well, let's get to the hauntings. So, the most haunted areas of the Crescent Hotel. Several areas are considered to be the most active with paranormal activity. The architecture, history, and tragic events that occurred within these spaces may have created lasting energies that attract spirits. We're firstly going to talk about the basement. Firstly.
Okay. Yeah, that's
a word. That's a word. I'm questioning everything I say now.
Handsomest.
Handsomest, firstly. Kiln as a verb.
Kiln. You killed it.
I'm killing it.
You're killing it.
So the basement houses the former morgue and Baker's Hospital. So yeah, it was known as the morgue during Norman Baker's Cancer Hospital. Can't speak now. It's the epicenter of paranormal activity. This is where Baker allegedly disposed of the bodies of his victims and performed gruesome medical experiments. In the morgue, the old autopsy table and cold storage area are still intact. This dark and unsettling part of the hotel has witnessed countless deaths. Yeah, it's still there. It's all still there. You can see it.
You know, there's a morgue in airports.
I didn't know that.
And maybe there are morgues in so many places. Maybe like a bunch of luxury hotels have morgues and we just don't know about it.
That's crazy because the last hospital, the hospital I worked in 2 hospitals ago, we did not have a morgue in our building.
They just took it to the DFW airport.
We just took it to Love Field. Yeah, I mean, they had one we were across the street from the main hospital, but we were in like an old hospital that had gone bankrupt, and it was mainly for outpatient surgeries. So I don't think they anticipated needing a morgue. But we had the sickest patients of all the ICUs and our ICU. So yeah, they would just stay there until the what's it called?
Coroner?
Not the coroner, the place where they go before they get buried, or
Funeral home?
the funeral home.
Oh, okay.
My Adderall is not Adderalling. So the family would have to pick up a funeral home real quick, and then the funeral home would have to come get them, and they would just stay in the room until then. And if it was going to take too long, then we'd have to get an ambulance to take the body to the main hospital so they can go to the morgue.
Did
if
the
there was
family
room at the
get
morgue.
charged for the ambulance ride?
I don't know.
That'd
Probably.
be great. I'd be pissed.
That'd be fucked.
I'd be
Like, my family
pissed.
member's dead. It's not my fault you don't have a
Yeah.
morgue. I would be disputing that charge all the way to hell.
I'd be like,
I
you
would be
couldn't wait.
disputing it.
You
Yeah.
couldn't.
Sorry, we need the bed. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fucked.
Well, anyway, so
Anyways,
it's still
interesting.
there.
The morgue is still there. The old autopsy table and cold storage area are still intact. This dark and unsettling part of the hotel has witnessed countless deaths and is believed to be where the most negative energy resides. One of the managers of the nightly ghost tours noticed an uptick in activity in this location after the discovery of the bottles and remains that happened in 2019. So the things that people have witnessed, guest reports hearing moans and groans that seem to come from the walls, as if the souls of the deceased are still trapped there.
Oh no.
Yeah. And
Oh,
since the
no.
2019 discovery, a dark figure has been seen in the morgue, as well as an uptick in cold spots and reports of people being touched.
Oh no. If I'm touched, I'm out. You
Yeah,
can do things around me. You can
yeah.
whatever. Don't touch me though.
I think I'd be okay being touched.
I
Is
would
that
not.
weird?
Well, okay. I say that.
I know, right? I'm like,
I'm reading this book called. Did I talk about my book last week? I
no.
almost know that. It's called Phantasma.
It's in my I have it in my Kindle.
Girl, they be fucking.
Are we ghost fucking?
It goes fucking. So I don't know. It depends on how sexy is this ghost.
Here's the thing. Let's talk about how we're being touched here. I'll just go when we go there and we go to the morgue. We'll give a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Here's how I want to be touched.
If I say stop, you guys stop.
No means no. Okay. No means no. Open to it.
Oh, you have to tell
I
me
could
when
be
you
down.
read Phantasma.
Okay. Honestly, I just finished Onyx Storm finally.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm open to any
Good.
book.
Read it.
So
It's
I'll
a quick
just read
read. I mean,
Phantasma
it's a thick boy, but it's a quick read.
Okay.
I only have like a few more chapters left, so.
Okay. I'll read it tonight.
But there's some
I'm so
phantom
excited.
fucking, okay?
I love that. Okay, great.
So anyway.
Okay, I don't know if phantom fucking is going on in this basement,
Me either.
but
It doesn't sound
hopefully
like it.
there is. People have also witnessed flickering lights. Paranormal investigators have captured EVPs, including whispers and cries for help. And visitors experience a strong feeling of dread when near the morgue.
Yikes.
So
On top
that's
of
a
my
scary
already
place.
feelings of dread.
I don't think you would do well there.
Too much to
But
bear.
I think we should go try and find out.
Gotta get a Lexapro before I do that.
Just double up that Lexapro. Just double up that baby. This is not medical advice. I do not recommend doing that. This is only for comedic purposes.
I, for one, am not a doctor.
Not a doctor, just a nurse.
Hey, I'll do a lot.
Sisters. Thank you. So the next place that's haunted is room 218. It's one of the most famous and actively haunted rooms at the Crescent Hotel. It is believed to be haunted by Michael, an Irish stonemason who fell to his death from the fourth floor during the construction of the hotel in the 1880s. Michael is classified as a poltergeist due to the nature of unexplained activity. So guests have reported hearing loud thumps and crashes as though someone has fallen from a great height. They report the feeling of a presence at the foot of the bed or someone sitting next to them.
Okay.
Yep. Some visitors say they have seen Michael's ghostly figure in the room or have felt the sensation of a cold hand touch them while they sleep.
Oh.
This is the worst one.
No.
Guests have also witnessed hands coming out of the bathroom mirror.
Oh, it's my nightmare. It's my fucking nightmare.
That's probably the scariest thing I can imagine happening. A ghost touches me, one thing. Cold spots, seeing an apparition, all of those things seem in the realm of normal, but seeing some motherfucking hands come out the mirror,
I'm just trying to just do my makeup.
Like,
I would never be
I ain't
able
down.
to look in a mirror again.
I would be done. That would be it for mirrors for me. In addition, the door will sometimes open and then slam shut, and it will be unable to be opened again.
Oh, dear God.
So you're trapped, motherfucker.
Dear God.
Yeah, you trapped with the ghost hands in the mirror. I wouldn't be down. I want to stay there.
Oh, dear God. I have to go.
I have to go. I'm making a call now.
I would not.
What's the
I'm not
waiting
looking in
list
the
for
mirrors.
218?
I am not looking
We'll
in the
cover the
mirrors.
mirror. We'll cover the mirror.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
not
we'll put a
doing
blanket
it.
in front of it.
Oh, my God.
Don't worry
I'm
about it.
so sorry.
I'll let you know.
So sorry these things happen to you.
Okay, room 419. It's connected to a woman named Theodora, who was a patient during Norman Baker's time at the hotel. Theodora is said to have died from the ineffectiveness of Baker's treatment and has remained there ever since. So guests claim when they enter room 419, they feel an overwhelming sense of peace and tranquility, as though someone is watching over them. For those ghost she favors, items are moved or tidied up as if Theodora is cleaning. Some visitors return to their room to find their belongings neatly organized. Somebody said that they left coins out on the dresser, and they left, came back, and the coins were stacked neatly on top of each other.
Aww.
I know.
Okay, I'll hang out with her.
But only if she likes you. If she doesn't like you, then she ain't cleaning your shit. Apparently, that's the caveat. So many report hearing a soft whispering voice or feeling gentle taps on the shoulder when no one is around. A few guests have seen Theodora's apparition, often described as a calm and gentle woman. She will introduce herself as a cancer patient of Dr. Baker and then vanish after courtesies are verbally exchanged. So you'll see her like trying to get in the door, and she like introduces herself, says what she is, and then after you say whatever, she is gone.
Okay, so interact.
Yeah.
Oh, man, but I'm a millennial. I was taught never open the door for strangers.
Well, I think it's like you're at your hotel room door. She's at her door. Like you see a woman like going in the adjacent room.
Oh, okay.
And she like sees you and is like, hey, like, I'm Theodora, which is like, yeah, I'd be like, who the fuck? Like, why are you telling me that? I didn't ask you. Yeah. As a millennial, I'd be like, stranger danger.
Good for you.
Yeah. So the grand staircase is next. The grand staircase and the lobby are known hotspots for ghostly activity. These areas are significant because of their association with the early years of the hotel when it was a luxury resort and later a women's college. In addition, shortly out, I know, it's like that, the trajectory from luxury resort to women's college is interesting. In addition, shortly after the hotel opened to guests, a young girl said to be aged 5 or 6 fell down the stairs to her death from the 4th floor down to the basement below. Like that bitch just went all the way down.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No one tried to stop her? They just let her keep rolling?
I like, how did you know that happened if you didn't see it? And if you saw it, why didn't you do something to stop it? Like, I have questions.
Girl, what's wrong? You're fine.
I know. Like, she was,
babe.
I know. Poor baby. Many guests.
Sorry. What an idiot.
Yeah.
I have a hard time feeling too bad for that ghost. I'd be like, what the fuck?
I know. I'd be like, girl, that was a
happened?
long way to go.
My dog stops herself from falling on down the stairs.
And also, I imagine those staircases go like this, right? So it's down.
Yeah, it's not a continuous
like this, you know?
4-story slide.
Yeah, it's not just like a slide. It's like, yeah. So I would think you'd hit the wall at some point before, continuing down. You would at least hit a wall that would stop you.
Into the basement? Like with someone just waiting there with the door open? Here you go.
Yeah. I have questions. Not a lot of answers, but lots of questions.
I'm imagining it, and it's funny, and that's what's bad. That's bad.
It's okay.
I just picture those compilations on TikTok of it, like the cats that just like fall. So I'm picturing, but it was a little girl.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Pretty good.
So many guests have reported seeing a ghostly Victorian lady in a long dress descending the stairs. She often appears in the shadows before vanishing. Some believe this is a spirit of a former guest or student who died mysteriously. And footsteps are frequently heard when no one is around, and people have seen full-bodied apparitions walking through the lobby before disappearing into thin air. Yeah. So the veranda, a large porch area with a view of the surrounding Ozarks, has been the site of several paranormal encounters.
Oh.
People
Can't
often
just have a
experience
pretty
this.
view.
You can't have a nice view. You can't have shit at this hotel, okay? People often experience a sudden drop in temperature, even in the summer months. Guests have heard the sound of a woman's voice, though no one is around. And some visitors feel a presence behind them and report a chill down their spine as they turn to find no one there.
Honestly, that sounds like me and my anxiety. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, I know. How many times I feel that, and like I don't know, I can't tell if it's attributed to an actual ghostly encounter or if it's just like me and my mind just
yeah. I
you
don't
know.
think I would do well at this hotel. I think I would be like on the fritz. You know what I mean?
I think we're gonna go, and
You
it's
think
gonna be. I think it's gonna be fun.
I think the
We
little
won't
girl
stay
who
into
fell
18.
from 4 floors to the basement would be like, "There's that bitch."
You can go
Just
talk
get
shit
her.
to the little girl in the basement. How
She'd
about
probably
that?
push me, and then I would end
She
up
prob-
having the same fate. I'd be like, "I
and then I
Huh?
get it.
I'm sorry."
Noted. I'm so sorry. I take
Oh,
back what I said.
I know. Oh, forgive
Okay,
me, little girl.
forgive me. Another spot with frequent activity is the Crystal Dining Room. Many people have witnessed playful spirits in Victorian dress. One holiday season, when the dining room was closed, the Christmas tree and packages underneath were found to have moved from one end of the room to the other.
Oh, okay, that sounds
Yeah.
fun.
And during the 2021 Paranormal Weekend, hosted by the hotel, a full-body apparition was captured on camera with the help of a ghost hunting tool called a laser grid that creates a pinpoint of lights. A figure had been reported in this location, often sitting in the windowsill as if waiting for somebody. And I have the picture. Let me share my screen.
You can do that?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, duh. It's right here.
Can you see it?
Whoa.
So there's the figure right there. And then this is like the grid and stuff. Isn't that wild?
Whoa. Yeah, that's a dude.
Dude, that's a dude. Yeah, man. Isn't that crazy? Like, clearly that's kind of unmistakable. Okay. So this part is really interesting, I think. When the Rainics bought the hotel in 1987, they were all too aware of the ghost sightings and other paranormal activity that had been reported. As a result, the Rainics hired 2 mediums to do a reading of the building. The mediums found that the hotel showed signs of being a portal to the other side and is a dimension that holds spirits of the dead. So the apparent portal is located on top of what used to be the morgue of the hospital and believed to be due to Norman Baker and the patients he treated. So there's that.
Wow.
But other ghosts commonly encountered at the hotel, Brecky, a 4-year-old child who died in the hotel due to complications of appendicitis. He has been seen throughout the hotel, often bouncing a ball. That part just really fucks me up. The ball bouncing, like seeing just a ball on its own bouncing down a hallway.
Was his name Brecky, or that's what they're calling him?
I don't know. That is just what I found on the internet, and I think his nickname was Brecky, but I didn't write down what the formal name was.
Yeah,
because I am a moron.
No,
so
you're not.
There's that. Dr. John Friedmont Ellis, the hotel's in-house doctor in the late 19th century, can be seen, or his cherry pipe tobacco is smelled near his office, which is now 212.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, this is cute. So Morris, the famed hotel cat, was known as the hotel general manager for 21 years and was later buried on the property. But visitors have spotted him roaming the lobby, and when they alert the staff of the stray cat, they find out that they have actually seen a ghost.
I like that one.
I know. Isn't that cute?
I'm going to be looking for the cat.
Yeah, the kitty cat, Morris. That's his name.
Speaking of, in Phantasma, there's a ghost cat.
Is a ghost cat fucking anyone?
No. The ghost cat's just a cat.
It's just a kitty cat. Okay, that's good. That would be weird. Okay, this is creepy again. A ghostly nurse is often seen pushing a gurney through the halls, particularly in the middle of the night. She is believed to be connected to the Baker Cancer Hospital, where patients were transported for their supposed treatments.
Oh,
the nurse
no.
The nurse is described as a dark figure in a traditional white nurse's uniform. Yo, fuck that uniform. And people frequently hear the sound of wheels squeaking, followed by faint cries or whispers. But when they investigate, the nurse and gurney are nowhere to be found.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. And we save the best for last. The ghost of Norman G. Baker himself is one of the most disturbing spirits at the Crescent Hotel. Though he was arrested and sent to prison in 1940, many believe his spirit still haunts the hotel, especially the morgue and the basement.
Oh,
He is, yeah. He is sometimes seen as a man in a white suit, typical of his time at the hotel, or even heard laughing eerily. Guests often report feeling a cold presence or hearing footsteps in the basement, accompanied by a chill in the air. His ghost seems to remain attached to the hotel because of the suffering he caused.
what a bitch.
And here's where we get to the stones.
Oh, yeah, you talked about the stones. Okay, okay.
Yes. So this is actually really interesting, and I read the research article that was done by this. I'll post the link to it if anyone else wants to read it. But basically, the Crescent Hotel is built on a limestone foundation, which many paranormal researchers believe plays a crucial role in the high levels of supernatural activity reported within the building. According to certain theories of in the paranormal field, limestone has unique properties that may allow it to absorb and amplify energy, including traumatic events, emotional imprints, and spiritual activity. One of the most widely discussed explanations for hauntings at locations with a high limestone presence is stone tape theory. Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'd heard of it, but I didn't really know what it was. So that's really interesting. So stone tape theory suggests that certain types of stones, especially limestone, quartz, and granite, can record and replay energy from past events. And I know that from practicing witchcraft that we use quartz a lot to program quartz crystal with intentions, or like I use a certain crystal to help with meditation, for example.
Okay.
And it's like a clear quartz crystal. And some people like smoky quartz versus clear quartz. It just kind of depends on what you're using it. But like I knew about quartz specifically from doing witchcrafty stuff.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
so we program a lot of those for different things, different intentions and whatnot. But yeah, so if an intense emotional or traumatic event occurs in a location, the energy of that event might be imprinted into the stone. So under the right conditions, such as changes in temperature, humidity, or even the emotional state of visitors, the stone replays the energy, creating residual hauntings.
Oh.
Yeah, stone tape theory also coincides with Native American beliefs surrounding limestone as well. The area surrounding the Crescent Hotel was originally inhabited by Native American tribes who believed that limestone had spiritual and mystical properties. Some tribes considered limestone formations to be sacred, believing that spirits could use the stone as a gateway between the physical and spiritual worlds. And this belief aligns with modern theories that limestone may act as a conduit for supernatural activity. And this is important because the hotel is built directly on a limestone base, meaning it could have absorbed the energy of past events, such as the deaths of Baker's patients during his fraudulent cancer treatments, the tragic fall of Michael, the stonemason who died during construction, or the many emotions of guests, staffs, and students throughout the years. So paranormal investigators believe that this stored energy may be responsible for the recurring ghostly apparitions, sounds, and sensations reported at the hotel.
This place didn't stand a chance.
Yeah. And even more, and on another note, many ghost hunters and paranormal researchers use EMF meters to detect potential ghostly activity. And some theorists believe that limestone might enhance or interact with electromagnetic fields, which could explain why haunted locations built on limestone seem to have more frequent paranormal experiences, stronger energy fluctuations, and increased EMF readings in certain areas. And of note, the basement morgue area contains a high concentration of limestone. It is known to have the strongest EMF spikes in paranormal occurrences, suggesting the stone could be channeling or amplifying supernatural energy.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's so interesting hearing about the stone tape theory and how that limestone plays a part. Because not only is it built on a limestone base, the walls are built of limestone too. Because it was originally built like that, and then when they renovated it, they reinforced that with more limestone.
Ew.
Yeah. So the Crescent Hotel is an incredibly haunted place with its dark past and the number of tragic events that have occurred within its walls. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying that something unexplainable seems to linger at this historic site. Whether you're a skeptic or a true believer, the Crescent Hotel will always leave you questioning what's real and what isn't.
Yikes.
Dude.
Those poor people.
We gotta go.
Those poor people.
I know. We have got to go to there.
I need to do more research on the stone theory. I looked it
It's
up.
so interesting. I'll send you the article that I found. It's from
I believe
1985. You can download the full text PDF, and it's really interesting. I really enjoyed reading it. It's geophysical variables and behavior 22. It's in Roman numerals. The tectonogenic strain continuum of unusual events is what the paper is called.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So
That's really cool.
I
That place sounds
know.
place sounds sad, but it sounds really cool.
It sounds sad, but it sounds super cool. So we're staying in 218, right?
218.
218,
mirror.
baby. Yeah. Yo, to see hands come out of a motherfucking mirror,
Yeah.
I'd be out. I think that would be it for me. I
I'm
don't
done.
have a lot of I think I could put up with a lot of scary shit, but I don't know. That's kind of a nightmarish situation. Yeah, right? That's what I imagine. And I don't imagine, when I imagine it, I don't imagine just one set of hands. I imagine like 4 hands coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
I think that's even worse.
Well, that's so scary. Thank you for sharing about the Crescent Hotel.
Thank you for sharing about the Whaley House. I am so mad I didn't go when I was there. I should have just gone by myself and just said, fuck it. I wouldn't be alone. There'd be other people there.
Yeah. From this moment on, we won't be afraid of solo travels.
Exactly. Oh, we booked some of our places. We're going to Scotland and London in less than a month. In a month from now, we'll be there.
Crazy.
And I booked one place that was haunted for sure. I don't think it's a castle per se, but it's like a big old house.
Cool.
And it is for sure haunted. I tried to book some other places, but Edinburgh, but they were very expensive. Like $500-$600 a night, and we're staying at like a different place each night because we got to go see the shit. We're seeing all of Scotland in like 6 days. So yeah, we definitely booked a haunted place, and it is old as fuck. It's from, I don't even know,
that
before America.
Is fucking old.
Before America time.
It's just wild. As anytime we're over there, I'm like, my brain can't comprehend that this building is older than our country, and that it's still standing, and they're not like tearing it down, and they're like,
it was built before our country, and it will be here after our country has disintegrated to the ground.
Yeah. The coolest thing, I'm sure Scotland is like this, but when we went to Ireland, they had these stone, essentially fences that were, they marked borders of like, your land and whatever, and they were still standing from when they were put there, however fucking long ago. But I was like, what? Yeah, we just try to preserve as much history as possible. I was like, that's like the opposite of where I'm from. Where like we just like bulldoze it over and build a townhome complex,
So build apartments.
That's really cool. I'm excited for you to see Scotland. That's exciting.
I want to see some old ass shit, man. I haven't seen anything old. The oldest shit I've seen is like America old, and that's not that old in relation to the world.
Yeah, that's so exciting. I cannot wait to hear about it, and I can't wait for you to share about it on the podcast.
I know.
You should do an episode when you're back about the haunted place you stayed at.
Yeah, and I'm going to try and go on some haunted tours and maybe do tours that have an investigation component to it.
Yeah.
When we're in London and wherever we're at. Where one day, one of the stops in Scotland, I want to try and do one. Because maybe in Edinburgh, we'll do one there and one in London. Because there's got to be haunted tours and then that have an investigatory component. I think that would be really fun.
Sure. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's going to be so fun. I can't wait for y'all.
I know. I can't wait. Thank you guys for listening. If you want to follow us and see what we're up to, what the podcast is doing, please give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all in My Haunted Era.
Pod.
No pod.
No
just
pod.
In My Haunted Era.
Just in our email.
But our email is inmyhauntederapod@gmail.com.
I was like, I know it's one or the other.
It's one of those. Yeah. So if you have any scary stories, your brother has any scary stories, your coworker, your cat, your neighbor, send them our way, because we'd really love to read them on the podcast and have a whole episode dedicated to that in the future. That's like a dream of ours.
Yes, my favorite thing are possessed kids. Tell me the weird shit your kids
Tell
say
us about
and
your
do.
spooky kids. Yeah.
It's like my birth control.
It's our birth control. We need to keep her childless. Okay,
Yeah.
it's your duty to send in these scary kid stories. So
I don't want a haunted
please.
kid.
She does not want a haunted kid, and we know that she's a sensitive being, so
Oh,
the
yeah.
likelihood of having one would be high.
I'll pass something on to that kid. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. Please email us. Please follow
Please
us.
email us.
We appreciate you so much.
Yeah,
And-
and if you like us, tell your friends, tell your family, leave us a 5-star review and a rating on whatever platform you're on, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
I'm Em.
I'm Jen.
And we'll haunt you
later. Yay, we did a video podcast.
I love it. This is good.